am so
okay.
sorry. I've never seen it
test
say go
run.
live before. Why does this always happen? I've never seen it say go live before.
It was a warm up. No, we just saw a chat come through that
Yeah.
our good supporter said thanks for your patience, and I thought,
Yeah, thanks for your patience. We've
we
been on
must
here for
not-
15 minutes.
Oh man.
I am
That's
so
fine.
sorry, everybody that's watching. Thank you, Shram, for pointing that out. In this software, I know I always make excuses about my technology. I'm terrible at it, but there's never been a go live button. I don't think. I don't know. Anyway,
You know what? You never set it up in advance.
oh,
That's
it.
why.
Yeah, yeah.
You never set it up in advance.
never
We
schedule.
just go usually.
Yeah. So I'm gonna one more time. I'm so sorry. We're here with
We're all loose now.
yeah. We're here with Abigail Francis. This is Micah's youngest sister, and she's here. This stream is going to be on remembering Mica and honoring her and finding out who she was. And the best person to tell us, obviously, is the youngest sister, who we've already heard some good stories. And I apologize again, but Abigail's here. And one more thing, the website that was just launched is www.justiceformicah. You can go there and support. You can see, I saw you had like all the videos of everything going on. You can get, the shirt, the great looking shirt you got and everything. So go there and support. And yeah, so my bad, but here we are. We are on live now. And Abigail, you can take it away. So.
Okay. And I also don't know if you can see, I have the little necklace that is also being made. This was
Beautiful.
Micah 6:8. It was one of her favorite Bible verses. So that is also on the website if you wanted to purchase that as well.
That
Very
is
nice,
awesome.
yes.
Beautiful. I was actually wondering if that's what that was. Well,
Yeah.
tell us about your relationship and what she was like growing up.
So growing up, all of us, I'm the seventh, so there's 6 girls and 1 boy. And the house was always super loud. Everyone was always involved doing something. And our family really feeds off of energy in each other. So if one person's happy, the other person's happy, and everybody's giggling, everybody's laughing. We're all very loud. We're big personalities. So she was always doing color guard. She was in volleyball. We did volleyball together. We were in Grand Strand Junior's volleyball traveling team. So that was always fun to go and travel together and get to see her do her games and then her watch me have my games.
Oh, that's
and
so cool.
we would scrimmage together in the front yard. She would give me tips on how to set properly, and she would always spike on me because she's always got to be that big little sister teaching me a lesson. She's like, your arms,
Yeah.
they got to be tougher. They got to be tough. So she'd always spike to try to make sure that these bigger girls that we were being against wouldn't make me feel intimidated. So she was always trying to push me to be better, always helping me learn. And those were some of the biggest memories that I have of her in the adolescent growing up stage. And fast forwarding to our adulthood, her and I have kind of a drastic different in age groups. Whenever I was in middle school, she was in high school, so we were never in the same group. So whenever we were able to come back as adults, it was, okay, you're 25 now. What do you want to do for a career? She was always pushing me to be the next step ahead in life and continuing to move forward. She always said, we have to have good work ethics. We have to be outgoing people, get it done. Don't be a lazy person. Be great in everything that you do and always try and do your best.
Oh, wow.
So she was always pushing you, always trying to help you be the best that you could be.
That's beautiful. Did you guys grow up in a Christian household, I'm guessing?
We did.
Yeah.
Yes, we did. We did. Our mom, she has a beautiful voice. My dad, he is musically inclined. And they ended up meeting because my grandparents was driving my mom to church. So when because he was in the Air Force. So whenever he got back, my grandpa was like, you got to meet this woman that we've been taking to church. And then that's how they met.
Oh, that's a beautiful story.
Yeah, that is beautiful. Yeah.
That's amazing.
And even whenever, sorry to cut you off, even whenever our parents did get divorced, our stepdad, Michael, both of my parents' names are Michael, so it does get a little confusing. But Michael Honeycutt, our stepdad, he also would take us to church and make sure that we knew who God was and who our Heavenly Father was.
Wow, that's amazing. I know down here in the South, like I told you, we're in Charleston, so there's, I think on the way to Myrtle Beach, there's probably 100 churches you pass,
Yeah.
mostly Baptist. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They even have like this little traveler's chapel on the side of 501. And I love going by and seeing it. And anytime anybody comes in, I'm like, go to the traveler's chapel.
That's
That's
neat.
cool.
We'll have to
Yeah.
do that next time we stop into town.
There's only like 3 little pews. It only fits max like 10 people in
Is
there.
that like for truckers
awesome.
that are coming through there? Like,
I guess
I
anybody.
wouldn't say truckers because it's a smaller one.
Oh,
It's
okay.
more so like if it's like midnight and you want to go and pray, you can always
Oh,
go
okay.
there. The doors are always open. The lights are always on.
Huh.
There's never anybody there. They have like a little prayer box and like a little donation box that you can donate to help keep up with the grounds.
Oh, cool.
They don't have
That's
services
awesome.
there or anything like that.
That's really
Very nice.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Is there a story that you have of Mica that you can share that best captures her spirit?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. That's a little bit difficult just because there are so many.
Yeah.
Most recently, though, I would say when she was in her trip in Kenya, she was at the market and there were hand carved out of wood different animals. And there was a lion and like its prance, like action kind of figure. And she's like, that really caught my eye, but I don't know who it belongs to. I want it and I want to give it to somebody, but I don't know who it belongs to. This past Christmas, my stepson got to spend with us, with his father, my fiance. And it was the first time Mica had met him. And immediately she said, this belongs to you.
Oh, wow.
She said he was such an amazing kid, and his spirit, she could feel in her spirit that for some reason, they didn't even know each other, that belonged to him and she needed to give it to him. So in worldly terms, she was always that happy-go-lucky person, but in biblical spirit types, she was always very sensitive, always listened to what God was telling her, what the Holy Spirit was saying, and being very mindful of others and not just thinking about herself all the time.
Gotcha.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. Would you say like she was the most free-spirited too? I mean, I don't know.
It's hard to
say.
describe in such a big family. If you
Yeah.
were to, I guess, pick
Yeah.
like what was she the most of out
Yeah.
of your siblings? Like a superlative.
It's kind of hard to say because we all kind of did similar things and we
Yeah.
all have similar talents. I feel like she always was kind of the first to be able to do things. And so once
Oh, gotcha.
she knocked it out of the park, we were all kind of intimidated to even try
Oh,
because we
gotcha.
knew that she was just the best at everything that she did. Like she was Miss Augustine. She went to St. James. She was there, Miss St. James in congeniality. So she was the volleyball captain, the volleyball coach, like worship leader, youth group leader. So everything she did, website designer, all of these things that she did, she just always was the best at. She wanted to make sure that she never gave 50%. And even one of the last videos that I saw, she didn't have a voice. It was at one of the church services. She didn't have a voice, so she wasn't singing, but she went up for altar call. And she said, it's easy in the moment to be like, okay, well, everything looks perfect and I'm about to worship God, so it's easy. But what about when it's hard? What about your energy and what you give God? God doesn't want just your 50%. You shouldn't want to only give God 50%. Give God your all. Give him 100%. And she looked at that in life with everything, not just biblically. So going to school, give it your 100%. Going to church, give it your 100%. Going to work, give it your 100%, even 110%. If you're going through struggles in life, keep pushing forward and don't let it stop you.
Oh my gosh. That is so powerful.
It sounds like she was a trailblazer for you and your siblings almost.
Yeah.
Paving the way for you guys.
That's incredible.
What was her relationship like with the rest of her family and friends around her?
Over the last couple of years, it was a little on and off with everything that she was going through. Whenever she was here, it was 110% full attention on whoever she was with. I asked her because she always had her phone upside down on the table.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, why do you do that? And she said, because I want to make sure that I'm not distracted by anybody trying to reach me, because I'm here to talk to you.
Oh, I
I'm
love
here to be
that.
with you. I'm here. And I'm like, okay, that kind of gives me a different setting on why people turn their phone over. It's not because they're hiding anything or trying to be secretive or something weird. It's she wants to give full undivided attention.
I know I'm the same way. Any light up on my phone, you get
Oh, yeah.
distracted easily.
Yeah.
That her presence and wanting to be with the people she was with, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes it would be for 5 minutes, or sometimes it would be for an hour she could hang out. Sometimes we would only be able to go get a coffee, and then she would have to go run and do something else. So sometimes we would get little snippets here and there of quality time, because we love quality time. We love acts of service. We like gifts and things like that. That's part of our family, is even though you might like it, if this could make someone feel special, then just go ahead and do it, even if you don't feel like doing it. And that's kind of who Mica was.
You guys were well versed in one another's love languages, it sounds like.
We tried to be.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard the acts of service and the gift giving.
Definitely.
The love language.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Are there any particular moments or achievements in her life that she was especially proud of, and her passions?
Just the color guard, volleyball, being the worship leader, being a youth group leader, being a mentor to people that she didn't realize she was even a mentor of, making sure that everybody felt loved in any circumstances, because you don't know what people go home to.
Yeah.
You don't know their background, and she never wanted to make anybody feel left out. And she ended up, so her and I played volleyball for a couple different teams, and one of them, we were Horry County Rec. And I think it was maybe 2 years ago, she had called me and said, guess what I just did? It's like, what? And she said, I'm now a coach for the Horry County Rec team. So she rededicated her time, because that helped us in our situations growing up, and it helped us stay active, and it helped us grow and become better people, is being in sports. And she always wanted to give back and give forward.
That's amazing. All that stuff too, like how does she find the time,
Exactly.
Yeah.
She would ask me, like, come to a game. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm working.
Yeah.
And she always made time.
I saw on the website, you were mentioning she was in Kenya. There are pictures on the website of that. So definitly go check that out.
They built houses for them. That was one of the main reasons that they were there. They built a couple houses.
Was that with y'all, with the church? With like a church
So
thing?
she initially started that herself.
Oh, see?
Since she was like 7.
Wow.
She's always wanted to go to Africa. She's always wanted to do this. And I had attended there for many years, and they never once wanted to do any missions work. In fact, a couple people did come, and they were like, well, no, we're not really interested in missions. And Mica made it a point to get it started, because she's always wanted to. And it's funny, because going back to one of the memory things, I forgot to bring it out. I think it's called World Visions. Do you know?
It sounds familiar. It sounds
okay.
familiar.
I think it's called World Visions. And Mica knew that I loved We the Kingdom, one of the Christian bands, and they had come to Myrtle Beach, and they did a Christmas concert this past Christmas. And she invited me to go. And randomly throughout, they'd be like, so World Missions is here. If you want to donate, they have a table up front. If you want to donate, raise your hand. We'll give you a little pamphlet. And her and I at one point weren't even sitting together, because I love to dance. And whenever they were doing worship music, I raised my hands. I'm one of the biggest worship dancers, leaders. I love it all. And I couldn't sit still in my seat. So I ended up standing up and going to the very back. And they were like, so if the Holy Spirit leads you and feels like you need to be donating to this, raise your hand. And at the very end, they said, if you raised your hand, which I did, and I didn't know she did, we can have a private concert with We the Kingdom at the very end. I was like, wow. So cool. Yeah. And we met up at the very end, and we both held up. We're like, I get to go to the concert. And she's like, I get to go to the concert. So she was always continuously trying to give forward, especially to children who don't have the ability to live in America, to have money, to have the people that have dirt floors. We are so blessed to live where we live.
Oh, yes, exactly.
all of like the cockroach and infested apartments.
Mm-hmm.
Be grateful. Be grateful
Yeah.
that you're not living in the dirt with nothing, no roof over your head. You're not being rained on. You've eaten last night or the night before. These children haven't eaten in days.
Yeah.
And she always wanted to make sure that some way, one way or another, she was going to make it there and she would help. And she did. And they had built, I think initially they wanted to build maybe 7 mud homes for like single families. But I think they got to 5 or 6. I can't remember.
That's still.
The weather wasn't right and they had ran out of building construction stuff, so they couldn't do as many as they wanted, but they stayed there the same amount of time that they did and got to spend more time with the people rather than just only building them homes. She spent time with them. She went to their markets. She loved being there.
That is
she
amazing.
Wanted to live there.
That is so amazing. I honestly, if more people were like you and Mica, I mean, this world would be a totally different place, a better place.
Yeah.
A much better place, you know. That is so inspirational.
It's been hard for me too sometimes. Like, okay, money might be tight, but this baby hasn't eaten. Give them $20.
Yeah.
Don't go get your coffee. Don't go buy donuts. Kind of, what's the word? Give yourself structure. Like, don't give into all of these things that your mind says, like, be a better person. And it is a constant daily struggle, even if you're Christian.
Yeah.
Person cuts you off in the car. Oh, I have road rage. I have road rage.
Yeah.
And it's so hard. It's like, okay, you need to calm down. Everything's fine.
Perspective.
So it is difficult. Perspective. You definitely have to retrain your brain and be like, no, this is way more important and you can't be selfish.
Yeah. It seems like she
lived it. Yeah.
I think they call that like emotional intelligence too, where you can, you know, control your emotions type of thing. That's beautiful. She sounds really powerful, like inspirational.
What do you think you, Mica, would want people to remember most about her?
About her specifically would just be that she was always smiling, no matter her circumstances. She was always moving forward, always trying to look at the bright side about things. And no matter what life threw at her or anybody around her, I mean, you can go to her Facebook and see a couple of her last videos. She said, let's make the enemy mad today. Pray for somebody else while you're going through your turmoil. Pray for somebody else who is struggling more than you. And even if they're not struggling more than you, at least pray for them and keep moving forward. And she definitely was that type of person. She definitely would want all of us to remember, like a lotus. They are in the mud and they have to push through and grow and get out of the water to become the beautiful flower that they are. So that's definitely something that we tried to live by and something that Mica definitely lived by. It's not something that, it may have been a struggle and she never showed it, but she definitely was that light for everybody.
I'm sure you're making some people tear up on the live. I know one of our supporters, she said that this is going to make me cry because she's thinking about her sister as well right now.
Yeah. I mean, the amount of love that, you know, is felt between sisters and that she showed with so many around her it's really powerful and really beautiful.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
One of the other last memories that I had written down that I forgot to say, with her and the character that she was, it was a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, very, very recent. And she said, I just want to know that I am proud of you for the adult and the woman that you've become. Because again, our relationship with her and the family and the friends were on and off sometimes. And it was about a year where I didn't even talk to her because things were going on in her life and in my life. And she was just like, I want you to know that I love you and I'm very proud of who you've become, and I will always support you. So even though we weren't always together and things were going on, she was always still supporting me from behind, whether I knew it or not.
That's amazing. Yeah, she knew that you looked up to her, it seems, and she was trying to be that beacon for you.
I'm glad that you were able to hear that from her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That must mean so much.
yeah, it really does.
Wow. What message would you like to share with others about your sister?
Just the same thing. She was a beacon of light. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything that you wish people would ask you that they haven't?
Not really. And I did, now it's clicking in my head after going back to the last question. One thing I do want people to know, and one thing that she would want people to know, is through everything that she was going through, she never wanted to badmouth anybody else. She didn't want to take people down. She didn't want to roll anybody in the mud. She wanted to be peaceful. She wanted to have her own life. She wanted to be who God wanted her to be and refind herself. And she actually, the last church that she had attend for, I think she was there 2 months, maybe less than that, but she had rededicated her life and got baptized in the ocean. And that's where we had her memorial service. That's why we had it specifically at that beach. So she was on the up. She was looking at things in a new perspective and a new light. She loved her future and what it could have become. Her and I would talk all the time about her future and what she wanted her new house to look like and what her future plans for Kenya would be and just things of that nature. And she never wanted any negativity towards anything, no matter what people have heard she has been through and what people don't know that she was going through.
That's incredible. That's incredible. I mean, I can't say personally that I would be like that. If I was going through things, I can't.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
And that's why we're all doing our best to not do that as well, because it's not what she would want.
Yeah.
We're seeking justice for her the best way that we can. And again, thank you to everybody who has supported us with your resources, time, energy. I want her name everywhere. I want her face everywhere. Everywhere I turn, on billboards, on street signs, on everything. I want her out there, because looking back, and if the investigation and things come up and things change based on their initial ruling of her passing, if anybody is ever held accountable, just like on Netflix or anything like that, Ted Bundy, nobody remembers those girls, but they know his name. And I don't want that to ever be a thing. Mica will forever be said. Mica's law needs to be set in stone and needs to be set in place. If you guys can go to the website and look at that, the coercive control bill, that's been sitting since January of 2021, when 3 other states passed it, but South Carolina didn't. That needs to be looked into and needs to say, why did 3 other states say that everything in this bill can go forward and they passed it? This could have protected her in so many instances. So if you go to the website, then you'll be able to see what I'm referring to and what I'm talking about. But I want her name everywhere.
Yeah.
I want her face everywhere.
Do y'all have the resources to push Mica's law? I don't. I'm just asking I guess, to put that in doctrine, or how does that work? I mean,
so since it's already been introduced, we are imploring the committee to look at it again and revise it, and pretty much trying to say that there's no way that anybody cannot say they've never heard of it. And it's basically sitting on a shelf right now, and people haven't looked at it or if they have, they just put it back and they thought something was more important. And hopefully, I pray that something else was more important. But again, I don't think anything could be more important than this bill being passed and all of the other people who could be saved by it. Because police officers are not, they may be trained, but they don't have anything to look at and to go off of as far as policies and laws and bills set in stone. They may have their own moral and ethical vision of what should happen in specific instances, but the law doesn't back it up. So they legally can't do anything. So if this bill gets set in stone, we rename it Mica's Law and make sure that her name and her face is forever shown.
Oh, gotcha.
That would be the best thing that we could ask for.
One of our supporters, Andalyn, she asked, and I also have this question, but can you tell us, I can take a guess of what the bill is, but can you tell us what Mica's Law is?
Or would be.
Or would be?
Yeah, there's a couple things that are in there. I don't have it all in memory, but I can do a couple touches on it. Mm-hmm. It's basically, so right now it's called the Coercive Control Bill. And that is saying that if you're in a relationship, it doesn't matter what gender you are. If you are being abused, as far as if your phone's being, so none of this has passed. This is all what proposed. It is said and what is proposed. Yes. Mm-hmm. So if your significant other takes your phone away and cuts off your credit cards and pins you up against the wall, but doesn't leave any bruises, then this bill will make sure that they get charged. So right now, if the cops get called because a spouse said that a married person called and said that their spouse abused them and pinned them up against the wall, and the police officers come and there's no bruise marks, they can't do anything.
Gotcha.
There's no physical evidence, physical proof, even though this person said this literally just happened. The law, in the law's eyes, they could be lying.
Gotcha.
So this bill will help solidify that and make sure that if you are in an abusive relationship, no matter the gender, you have rights and you will be covered and you are safe. A lot of people do not feel safe in their own marriages.
Oh, yeah.
And unfortunately, a lot of laws, if you're married, don't count. And I find that ridiculous.
Yeah. I know, especially in the South, too.
Yeah.
There's a huge problem with that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So
if you look up the laws for South Carolina and things like that, look up what you can do in South Carolina on a Sunday.
Oh,
right. Yes.
Yeah,
in front of the courthouse.
Yeah.
Yes.
You could. It says you could beat your wife on a Sunday on the courthouse steps.
As long as the twig is as thin as your thumb.
I didn't hear that one.
Yeah. I mean, it's blows my mind.
I mean, and that wasn't too long ago.
Laws need to be revised.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine that it is not getting a crazy amount of attention and pressure in the political sphere right now. I can't imagine.
Well, we already had a comment back on it from, I think, from Mr. Rankin. I don't know his first name. I don't want to say any misinformation, but his last name is Rankin. And he is supposed to be the very top head person who could literally walk this bill through. And Miss Regina Ward had said in the family's press conference that he could do it. And he made his own statement saying that he hasn't seen it.
Wow.
One of our supporters, Shram, she's also our moderator. She makes a good point. With this bill, she said financial abuse, emotional abuse, spiritual abuse, and physical. So all of that will be in this. Hopefully we didn't get that.
Yeah, if we can get it passed, if we can get it revised and edit, because the docket that's on there, so on the website, it shows Mica's list and everything allegedly that she had gone through. And then at the very top of that on the tab, and the tab literally says Mica's Law. So if you click on the tab, the very top of it will show you the coercive control bill and what has been presented into the committee in the House of Judiciary. Under that is what we think needs to be revised and what needs to be added.
Excellent.
So you guys are learning all this legalese like on the fly. That's incredible. You know,
You shouldn't have to do that.
you shouldn't have to do it, but it just shows. I mean, whatever drive you guys have must run in the family.
Yeah.
I mean, because
And
you got a website. I mean,
You're ready to
I mean, you are
take on the
full
world.
speed. You know,
it's only beginning.
I love that.
And someone, I don't know who the person was. I've been getting a lot of Facebook messages. And again, if you've messaged me on Facebook or any type of social media and I haven't responded, I'm sorry. Please do not take it personally. A lot is going on. I have a lot of people. And if you have reached out to the tip line, the justice from Mica tips at gmail.com, if we don't reply back to you, just know it's been in the email. It will be seen eventually if we haven't seen it. And we do appreciate any information that you have given us. But sorry, I lost my train of thought.
No.
You're fine.
The drive.
Yes.
The drive of making sure that everything is being taken care of. Someone had messaged me and said, I'm praying for strength for you and your family. Don't let this emotionally wear you out. Don't let it take you down. And I said, well, thank God my mom had 7 children, because if I get tired and I fall down, there's someone standing behind me.
I love that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
The stance that I really like hope people see here, because it's obvious to us, is like no matter what's going on, you and your family, you remain positive. You know, you're not bringing any negativity in it. And I mean, I know you're living that, but to outsiders, that is amazing to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And I know it's really tough to do that, but it is truly inspirational.
It's hard to not be selfish because I lost my godmother as well last month. So I think it was 2 weeks after Micah had passed, I was talking with my godmother, and she said, you have to remember not to be selfish. Micah was not here for you. Micah was not here on this earth for you. And right now, she's with Jesus. She's with God. She's with any other family member that had come before us that had passed away, who we might not even have met. And right now she's asking Jesus about how he lived on earth. She's getting answers to questions that in this world she would never be able to answer until she passed away. So try not to be selfish and wish that she was here with you, because she's not worried about anything. She's happy. She's fine. She's okay. God's got her. She's literally in God's hands right now.
Yeah. And she's looking down on her little sister still every day.
Yeah. There's cardinals that fly in my backyard all the time.
Oh my gosh.
One actually landed on the chair behind me. I've never seen them come this close. And it scared me. And I was like, and then it looked at me and then immediately went away.
Wow.
I was like, okay.
That's incredible.
Nice little sign there.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So going to the website and supporting, obviously we're in South Carolina, so we can write to our legislators and encourage them to do things that make sense. How else can people support you and your family in the cause? Have we missed anything?
Spreading her word, sharing the website. If you can't donate, please share where someone else that can see it can. Because if you share it and 2 people see it, then maybe 6 people see it, and it's all a trickle effect. If you can't donate, we understand, but at least share it, get the word out. If you are in the Myrtle Beach area or South Carolina area and you have the ability for printing and signs and things like that, feel free to reach out to me. We need help. We need support. And the support that we are getting, we really do appreciate it. People giving us meal trains when family was in town, and just spreading who Mica is. Again, I want everybody to see her face. I want everybody to know her name. I don't ever want anybody to think of anybody else when they think of Mica. I want them to think about Mica.
Well said.
That's incredible.
Well said.
You have a couple people in tears right now. I know you're not watching the live chat, but
This is just our I think our supporters that are watching live,
Yeah.
and it's a lovely group, and they have sending lots of hearts and good vibes to you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm literally wanting. I know my mom's watching. Makes me want to just text my brother and be like, I love you, dude. You know?
Yeah. Time is never promised. And growing up, I never allowed anybody to say, I hate you or anything like that. And our family never did that anyways. And the Bible says if you hate someone, you're killing them in your heart. And we've never wanted to hate anybody. We've never wanted to have that bitterness in our heart and that closed, hardened heart. And anytime any of our family members leave, no matter if they're going to the gas station to go check the mail, we say, okay, I love you, to make sure that they know if anything ever happens, you know I love you.
It's beautiful.
That's beautiful. So one of our supporters here, I'm just going to read this. She said, sorry if this may sound inappropriate, but how has your faith impacted your grieving? I imagine it's been very complicated, but has it mostly helped you get through this, your faith?
It's the only thing that's helped me get through this. The only thing. Because I know where Mica is.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what the physical correct terms or events of what may have occurred that day, no matter what, if it's labeled, I know she's with God. She rededicated her life again. She's rebaptized. She accepted Jesus into her heart. And I know where she is. God's the only thing keeping me through. I saw a meme the other day. I saved it. I may be hanging on to a string, but at least it's the string to his garment.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. And that's literally me. It's literally me. And my adult favorite memories are just worshiping God with Mica. All the time. We were on the worship team together. We led worship music together.
Mm-hmm.
It's a part of us. It's part of who we are. It's just constantly singing and praising God and thanking him for who we are and for our family and for the breath in our lungs. He's literally the breath in our lungs. He's why I am here.
Mm-hmm.
He woke me up. Micah's not here. But she's with him. So I can't be selfish. And I can't be like, oh, well, why? Why did this happen? Why am I just angry? Blah, 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 blah. I'm not even going to accept it. I'm not even going to let it cross my mind. I'm not going to let it try to deter me and distract me, because that's exactly what that is. It's a distraction. And that won't help. And I need to be firm in everything that I do. And the only way is to be firm foundation of Jesus Christ.
I could listen to you preach all day.
Yes.
I appreciate that.
That's beautiful. You're very well spoken. This is, I think, a very powerful interview, honestly.
Yeah. Very, very much appreciate it.
Lisa, hey Lisa, how you doing? Just joining. Where can we donate? Also, where can I get a shirt like you have on? And does your family get the proceeds from that? She said she just joined. So there is a website, www.justiceformica.com. Beautiful website. Was there earlier looking around. Beautiful.
We do have the people that are making the t-shirts and the necklaces and things like that. There are more memorabilia apparel coming out that will be later updated on the site as well. And those proceeds do come to the family. Things may change in costs because of manufacturers and things like that. Things get more expensive. These people are donating their time, and they also have different businesses. And two of our siblings, I have a small business. My other sister has a small business. So we want to show their work and support them in the community, because they've definitely supported us. And Mica loved the community. Mica always wanted to support local businesses, small businesses, and things like that. So if you go to the www.justiceformica, there is a little tab that says trusted memorabilia. If you click on that, it'll have different URLs that you can click on. One's for the t-shirts. They are donating their time. If the cost changes, it's because the manufacturer costs have changed.
Gotcha.
It's not because anybody's getting a bigger portion or anything like that. The proceeds are coming to our family, the Francis family. The GoFundMe is organized by Ryan Williams. He is one of our sister's boyfriends. That is the current only ever GoFundMe that has been made. I know last month there was a fake one made, and it was made by a different organization. We had no idea who it was. And I was reporting it every hour, and I think it's still up. I've been messaging GoFundMe about it, but the one by Ryan Williams, organized on behalf of Sierra Francis, it should say, that one does come to the family. None of those portions go to anybody else. It comes to our family, Mica's original family.
Yeah, and I'm sure all of this stuff. I mean, the support is needed, which is also like, you guys have spent so much time throughout the years, like you said, helping small businesses and promoting and doing stuff like this. So now you get the karma coming back, and support you, because now it's your time to be supported.
Prayerfully. And the Cash App and Venmo, that one's by Destiny Barrientos. That is our oldest sister.
Okay.
Even though she has a different last name, she was Destiny Francis. She is now Destiny Barrientos. That may change. But Destiny, period, is our sister. That money does come to the family.
Perfect.
Thank
you, Lisa says. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well,
any other final questions from the chat? Anything else that you can think of that you would like to share or use this platform for?
Nope. Just keep the focus on Mica. I know that there's been a couple things that have come out, and I did receive a couple messages today and yesterday of people that were using Mica's name to profit for views and money and donations and things like that. People are going to do what they're going to do, unfortunately. I can't stop them from doing anything. I can't mentally and emotionally be like, okay, well, why are they doing this? Because then the attention goes to them, and it all needs to stay on Mica. People are going to want to say whatever they want. They're going to, and I can't control that. I can't stop it. It's freedom of speech, basically, even though it is very unfortunate, and these people, for some reason, feel like they have a right to do so, or they have a right to know more information than what they know. Honestly, I feel like I have a right to know more information than anybody knows, and I still don't know.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, all the attention needs to be on Mica, not all these other little people, because they don't matter.
Jeez. So
agree
powerful.
more.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Well, I really, I mean, you have our chat in tears. I mean, this is, has been powerful for me to.
Yeah, absolutely. If there's anything else that we can do to help, say the word. We're neighbors. Yeah, not too far away.
Right down the road.
So at least we got that some local ability to help as well.
Yeah,
we can meet at the putt course.
Yeah.
So if you guys don't know Myrtle Beach,
which one? Yeah. And again, if anybody else has joined on that didn't hear me earlier, if you live in the area or in South Carolina or anything like that, and you have the resources and abilities to put flyers out in your town or in your community or anything like that, please do. I want her name. I want her face everywhere. I want to make sure that Mica doesn't disappear and it gets lost in the jumble of everybody else's life, because everyone has their own things going on. Everyone does. Life gets busy, things get overlooked. And this is way too important for it to just get lost in the jumble of the world and everything else that's going on with politics and things like that. So Mica's Law, the coercive control bill, let's help get that passed and make sure that Mica doesn't get lost.
I love that. Well, thank you so much, Abigail. I mean, this has been an honor for Nicole and I.
Yes, thank you.
And
Well, thank you for reaching out and allowing me to speak with you guys
oh,
and
definitely.
even covering it, because some people are, some people aren't, and you guys are the ones that have. So I definitely appreciate it.
Thank you.
Right.
Carrie McCurley, I'll just say on chat, just ended with Mica's Law needs to be nationwide. And I 100% agree.
All right. Bye, guys. Thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
being here. And
Have a great night.
Yeah, have a great night, guys.